I have always said, we're a city of about 6,600, and if our schools fail, everybody talks about this would be better, that would be better. I believe in my heart if we didn't have city schools in the city of Belpre, we'd be a village in another 5 years. My wife and I went out of town yesterday, and we went through 2 school districts smaller than ours in rural settings, and both of them have new buildings. And I am so jealous of what we could have here for our youth with little or no effort on our part. I know it's a hardship for some, but there are, with the Homestead Act for the older people and so forth, I believe we can manage it. For one, I'm nearing retirement again, and I don't want my taxes to go up, but I'll always support the school system. I want my kids to stay here. My granddaughter's already in Charleston, South Carolina, for God's sakes, and the other ones, I think, will do the same thing because of opportunities.
I wasn't for a levy for a long, long time, and all of a sudden you begin to see the young children that are the ones that are paying the price. These things we just can't put up with those things. And so I think we really have to look at the choices that we have, and we really don't have a choice.
What if we had new school buildings? We got beautiful parks. We have the infrastructure. We have the jobs now in the medical field and so forth. You got Creighton right out of town. You've got DuPont and some of the places still successful here in the area. The opportunities are here. We're not grasping them, if you will. It's easier to move where you have everything than to build what we need here. Schools are what we need, and I believe you'll start seeing the young folks stay around. We need professionals, we need youth here to maintain what we've started. We have the nicest parks in probably the surrounding 3 counties. People take pride in that, and they work hard to maintain those, make them look good. And I think that would carry over into the schools if they had to write that nucleus, if you will, that building there to start, not start from scratch, but we are now if we don't have the new buildings.
Education is very, very important for all families, really. I don't have any young children that are in school, but I see the value of the future of the city, and so it matters to me. It's just time that we look to the future. We don't want to just be a bedroom city, which is what we've been for a long time. We need to give our young people a good education that will also prepare us for great jobs right here that are on the way coming in, and maybe they won't have to leave, and that would be very nice for everybody.
And years ago, I was on the school board, and when the Duvall lawsuit came in, the school system finally won that lawsuit. Here we are now, let's see, 14, almost 30 years later, and still, how many times you have to win a lawsuit before you actually win? This is the best opportunity we're going to have. With them having $20 million or $22 million to help us build these schools, now's the time to do it.
Not very often to have the state say, here's a grant to help us out. I think that's what they're saying, it's a grant. So again, it's got to be the right time. When in the world is a state going to come to Belpre and say, I have this to offer you? They usually go to the bigger cities where there's more population. This is our opportunity. This is our chance to make sure we take good care of everybody.
If we let this $22 million go, it may not be there in a year or two. And then shame on us. I think our kids deserve this. I think the one campus approach that's being put forward to us now is the right idea. That opens up some 16 acres for homes to be built. And that, to me, that excites me for the simple fact we have all these professionals coming into our city now, working at the hospitals and the nursing homes, the dialysis centers, the eye surgery center, and so forth, and they're leaving because they can drive 15 minutes or half an hour away to a nicer home than what we have to offer right now.
And naturally, in the real estate field to begin with, there aren't very many houses available anywhere, so the prices of homes are up. But Belpre is a very desirable place to live because it is a small community. The only thing we have a problem with is perhaps some of the, I'll say, perhaps the doctors or professors and things like this that want to be coming into the Marietta Memorial Hospital, and they can't find the upper end homes. And so we're lacking new home construction, and some of the finer homes, we don't have enough of them.
We get the right developer on that 16, 18 acres up on the west end of town. You can build some beautiful homes and more or less add on to like that Brentwood addition. That's what we're looking for.
So you take 16 acres, at a half acre, we're talking about 32 homes that could go in there. And it'd be very attractive, planned out correctly. And we have a lot of good contractors, builders, and so forth that would make that happen really nicely. Right in the middle of our town. Wouldn't that be nice? I think it's okay if I mention, like Williamstown has a new school. You can't hardly find a home in Williamstown. And when they do, they are gone probably within 24 hours, if not before. The same way with Warren School District. When that got, shall I say, voted in, all of a sudden there was hope. There's a future. There's just some excitement that goes along with that. And so then you start getting all the calls. Well, I really want to be in this school district. It's not so much the city. And so then they start asking about, do I have to, if I live in Belpre, I can go to the Warren School District though, right? And they don't understand that sometimes when the Warren School District gets full, Belpre doesn't have that opportunity. There has to be an opening. And it'll be the same way when we get our new school.
And I can see new business coming in. Everybody wants to be a part of something that's successful. And I think you will see new business.
There'll be more businesses that come. And so we always win. We just will always win this with this new school levy. It just adds one more value to our city and one more value to our homes. And it helps out everywhere. It helps out on the care of our streets. The whole city will benefit from the school being voted in.
I believe in my heart that if we had the new buildings, you'll see that pride.
Can you imagine having 32 more homes and the energy that would bring to our homecoming, to the parades? What else? Is there a certain restaurant that somebody really likes? Well, all of a sudden there'd be enough population in the city of Belpre and the surrounding area that would cause nicer restaurants to come. It just doesn't really stop. It just keeps on multiplying.
We get this through this year. I'm excited about what Belpre can be, with the growth we're seeing now. I think it's time. I think if we're going to grow, if we're going to maintain city status and grow, I think we need to look ahead to the future, and I think the schools are our future.